everybody.
Yeah.
Look at that.
War crimes times.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah, more of the same.
Not bad at all.
Good.
And Michael Ratner, who's the guy who goes running all around the world chasing guys like Rumsfeld and other people and trying to serve them warrants for arrest for crimes against humanity. He's got the top story here, explaining how we really do need to indict and prosecute.
Where's he from? Is he a United States
He's absolutely
citizen?
a U.S. citizen. He's a lawyer, and he has an organization. Probably Google Michael Ratner on the website and find him.
Okay.
But it's really, really great to see that people aren't stopping. They're still wanting to do this. So we're here to show that just because we've got a change of administration doesn't mean that we just look into the future and not look back at what's going on. Because we're never going to learn.
I hear the talk about looking toward the future. Let's not get preoccupied with what's behind.
Wrong. I mean, look at Argentina, look at Chile, look at Cambodia, look at even a little bit in China what goes on. When there are horrific things that happen in your country, and your country basically goes into this sort of a crazy, insane time period, the way we progress as a nation, the way we learn, is we've got to look back. We've got to really see what we've done, and we have to prosecute. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, what's that expression, that history? How's that go? That one. If you don't know your history, you'll repeat. I'm paranoid. What is that expression?
Well,
yeah, something like that.
Those who do not study history, repeat it.
Thank you, Glenn.
Those who do not study?
Those who do not study
history.
Repeat it.
Exactly. And that's why we're here, and that's why we've switched from impeaching George Bush and company to now indict, arrest, prosecute for crimes against humanity. And it isn't just crimes in terms of the United States. It's crimes against humanity. And you know, I think history books 50 years from now will put Bush in with the same chapter as Pol Pot, as Hitler, as other war criminals on this planet. Idi Amin, yes, absolutely. And we are here really in an educational way, and we're here to really say we can't just turn our backs and say we're done. The work has just begun. It's going to be a long process because truth conciliation or indictments or arrests are going to take a long time.
Do you feel like now you were pretty involved with the impeachment push that was outside Blumenauer's office. Do you think this has just as well of a chance to go somewhere, or maybe even more of a chance in the impeachment aspect? We were shooting for impeachment. We didn't get very far. Got a lot of discussion. Do you think this may have a better chance even? I
think it does have a better chance because I think in some respects the impeachment was seen as a Democratic versus Republican battle. And we were out there to say we had to impeach Bush not because we're Democrats, because many of us are not. We're not party affiliated, but it was seen as a fight between the two parties. Now, crimes against humanity, well, it really ratchets it up to a whole different level. And I do think that, in a way, it takes some of the tone of impeachment out of this. And now we sort of look at it as being citizens of the planet. And what is it that we want? Justice. And what do we want for all those Iraqi people, those Afghanistan people who were basically slaughtered for what? And so I do think that in some ways we have a much better argument. And I think it's going to be a long battle and a long haul because education comes first. But just like when you see some of the progress that's been made in other countries, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens because people say, we're not going to let this lie. We're not going to allow criminals to get away with it. So that's why we're here.
Good. Okay, thanks for being out here.
Thank you.
Good report.
Good to
Thank
see
you. Okay. Hey, you guys can't take all that. We need that.
Your stuff is over there.
Okay, good.
Don't lose that. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Did you take one?
Yeah, I took
Okay.
one.
Okay, good.
Good to go, Joe?
Hey, Joe, are you going to be back here next week?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here as much as I can.
Okay. What about you, Malcolm?
Oh, I'm here every week.
Every Thursday?
Veterans for Peace and other organizations will be represented here every Thursday from 12 to 2 until we're no longer needed here.
So did you have to take a permit to be out here, or can we just stand here?
Well, the city sidewalk is still the city sidewalk. I did take out a permit for the plaza. It should kick in next week so that we could have maybe a few more people hang out, you know, in the park if they want to, maybe set up a little table or something, that kind of thing. But we really haven't developed it to that point. We're just, you know, we are getting a permit for the park, but it's not strictly necessary.
Okay, because we're just on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And we can legally be here. Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was down at the state capitol last night and filming
Yeah, I heard of it.
Michelle Dar, and the police had ticketed her for being on the steps of the capitol last night at
Again?
11. Yeah, it's her 4th time. So
We really need to get over that.
There
There isn't
for
a
being on the steps of the Capitol.
that's what she's wondering, but she got one, and four people did, and they're probably going to get more again tonight
well,
at 11 o'clock.
it's
So,
ridiculous.
you know,
Constitution has not been put back in operation.
Okay, with apologies to the FCC, how the fuck can you do that? Whose fucking Capitol is this? I mean, granted, it's
Are
kind of an
you
ugly
sure
building.
you want an answer to that?
it's ours. We know the answer,
Yeah.
but we have to fight for it. And some of us are going
a ticket for standing on the steps then.
Every one that they've written so far has been dropped.
What's the charge?
They have an ORS, something that I think they just recently made up for like maintenance and keeping the steps clear. I didn't quite read the ordinance. It looked to me like it was real recently approved, or something was just recently.
So is it a state law?
It's an ORS, yeah. I put something on Indie Media on my website, and I quote the reference to it. I don't have the paper that they gave everybody. Yeah.
Well,
Real interesting. The
you can all go
ACLU.
home and come up with interesting answers for what ORS stands for, you know?
Yeah. 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 I think it was 172 or something, but and it's just something about between 11 and 7, the steps need to be clear unless legislative sessions are going on, then you can be there. Some trivial. But she was telling me that the ACLU and her lawyers and everybody are saying that it doesn't carry any weight.
Yeah,
and
well-
they've made it up more or less.
Yeah, because what if you weren't protesting anything? What if you were just there waiting for your wife to come pick you up?
You can't. The way they wrote it, yeah, it's cheesy in a way. Yeah. So.
I've been really curious about that whole concept because I've been reading the School of the Americas thing. You know.
Yeah.
In Fort Benning, Georgia, 364 days a year, there's that driveway that goes in, right? You can walk on that driveway. You can stand pretty much on any part of it, most of the time.
That's not so bad.
But when the big demonstration comes, I think it's in every November, there's a little yellow tape about Shen High. And if you step over that tape, you can get 18 months in jail.
So one day out of the year, that road is illegal.
Yes.
And you bring up the question is how.
Not this part, but this part.
Yeah, you bring up a good question there.
How does that happen?
Oh yeah.
You know?
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Well, I've always wondered if I shouldn't have been a lawyer anyway. But then I thought, why